We top dress everything once we've seeded it on all short grass. That means tees, fairways, approaches, and greens. We like to get a little seed to soil contact down. We come in and irrigate, and our primary nutrients going out at that time is through fertigation. I don't believe in pre-plant. Pre-plant just feeds the Bermuda grass. I'm looking to feed the overseed. So we'll start using some fertigation as soon as we start to see the seed swell. We won't use it prior to seed swell. We do use water treatments for the alkalinity to help germinate the seed, but we won't use any plant nutrients in until we see the seed swell, and then we start changing to a phosphoric acid. We can, with the fertigation as a great tool, we're going to water quite a bit during this time. In our area, we could be doing this we're still about 105 degrees Fahrenheit during this time of overseed. So we're watering a good bit. We have ETs at that time are generally, 3/10 a day. So we're having to put out a great bit of water. We can do some soil amendments during that time. We use very low nitrogen. Again, that's a salt that we just don't need to put out. We do a good phosphorus, a phosphoric acid, once we start to see the seed swell and pushing out a little bit. So at first cut, as you remember, we put out Turflawn ester to kind of suppress the Bermuda grass. At first cut, it's starting to play out. We're going in with Primo at that first cut. It does good for helping tiller out the plant that we have established on the cool season, but also kind of suppresses the Bermuda grass that's wanting to fight back in our area. And we do the first cut, and then exactly 21 days later, we'll do a Primo application again. Tees and fairways at 0.35 ounces per thousand, that's 15 ounces an acre. It's a pretty hefty rate. And we're 1/4 ounce per thousand on the greens. And this 1/4 ounce this year stayed all the way through the tournament. We stayed at a 1/4 ounce, about a 1/4 ounce every 2 weeks, to be honest with you. We do not, again, I don't want to fertilize, the plant's pretty young. We do an organic, it's a chicken litter type product, PPM or something of that nature that we'll use just to put it out with our calcite calcium at 700 pounds to the acre. That's calcium at 700 pounds to the acre blended with an organic. Just a soil application, trying to keep the salts at bay. We'll start spraying very regularly with iron, manganese, and kelp. That's just kind of our boost to try to get the enzymes working in that plant to kind of to be able to fight back any kind of stress that we would have. We'll stay all the way through January, which ironically is up to the tournament. Nitrogen, we use very low doses of nitrogen. We use stabilized nitrogen as we feed the plant. If everybody's familiar with, I don't endorse it, but it's UMax and UFlex are very good products. We'll melt those down. We'll go no more than a quarter pound per thousand at any one shot. So we want to really just spoon it out there and try not to put any kind of stress on that plant as we're kind of growing this thing. And again, we can work with fertigation because we're still having to water it. And the key, there's a lot of guys that'll go out and slug their golf course with ammonium nitrate or potassium nitrate or cal nitrate, and it's just a heavy salt that's going out on a very sensitive plant in a very difficult environment to grow these types of grasses. So we just try to avoid those at all costs.